In this video, I'm going to take you through my morning routine. No, this is not live as I don't have a cameraman to follow me everywhere, but this is a pretty accurate representation of what I do every morning from 7 a.m. when I wake up to 9 a.m. when I go to work. I'll include two versions, one when I go to the office and two when I work from home, so that whatever job you're doing, you can hopefully take some advice from this video. And so yeah, without further hesitation, let's get straight into it. The first thing I do every morning when I wake up is read a book. I'll read it for around 30 minutes. I'll literally set a timer for 30 minutes and just read. I only read books like this, like non-fiction books. The book I'm reading at the moment is The Way of the Superior Man. I've literally just started this book I was reading previously, Relentless by Michael Jordan's coach. I'll definitely recommend that. That's a pretty good book. In terms of my favorite book, I'd definitely say How to Win Friends and Influence People is a great option, especially if you're like me, you kind of struggle to make friends, as I always kind of have done in the past. I will struggle to make and keep friends. This book really did help me develop that certain skill. Another book I'd recommend is Atomic Habits, as it has lots of actionable things you can do in there. But yeah, there's lots of books out there. What I recommend you do is give ChatGPT your life situation and ask for a recommendation. After reading, it's shower time, but I hope most of you know how to take a shower, and even if you don't, I'm not going to show you how. But instead, I'll show you my actual skincare routine. To be honest, if you eat clean, you don't really need a skincare routine, and I didn't have a skincare routine for most of my life till around 4 months ago. But I decided to try it out since I'm on camera quite a lot of the time and just see if it makes any difference. I'm someone that used to never really care about how I looked, and I even used to go around without combing my hair, which if you're black, you'll know is a huge sin. But I realised it kind of carries over to the rest of your life, as in if you look good, someone will see you, they'll respect you more, it looks like you have your life in order. Whereas if you're looking scruffy, it's the opposite. And to be honest, within the first 2 weeks, my mum already noticed it and said my skin was glowing. I'm going to keep this as brief as possible because there are other channels for this kind of stuff, but I use a moisturizer, a facial cleanser, sunscreen, and vitamin C serum. In terms of why I use these exact products, I just did some quick research and asked my brother, who's been into this stuff for a very long time. If you want to have a skincare routine, just have a quick search on the internet or just copy what I do. But to be honest, as I said, eating clean is more than enough. Now for the next part of the day. The first thing I want to talk about is supplements. So I'll take my supplements around this time. The first thing is vitamin D. Vitamin D being very important for your immune function and levels of testosterone. I take around 2 of these a day, so 8,000 IU a day. That is quite high, but I've been using this dose for a long time now and it seems to be working for me. So that's why I've just kept on the high dose. A lot of people are vitamin D deficient, and it's especially important if you're from a country where there's not much sunlight. But also if you have melanated skin, so like me, I'm black, and your skin doesn't absorb sunlight as well. A second thing is L-theanine. So in contrast to vitamin D, which I've been taking for like 2-3 years now, or even longer, I've only been taking this for around 4 or 5 months. I started taking it because I was getting through a period where I was getting very, very stressed, and it was just getting unbearable. I just needed a solution, so I started taking L-theanine to help calm me down a bit. And it's helped, so I've just kept taking it and I haven't felt that level of stress since. You can literally get it from Amazon, like £5-10 for 180 capsules, 1 to 2 a day. That'll last you 3 to 6 months. Third thing is L-tyrosine. Now I don't take this in the mornings anymore, but I was taking it when I was doing exams, so I was having to study in the morning and then work. That's why I take it, very good for your brain. I currently take it before the gym now and before football games, again, for focus. And it's definitely something I'd recommend. Again, I was taking this when I was very stressed. And when you're very stressed, it's very hard to concentrate, believe it or not. Another thing I take is greens powder. Now, I actually ran out today, but I have a new one coming, literally supposed to be here today, so I'm waiting for that. That's just a replacement for vegetables, so I'm not the most consistent with vegetables. But instead of worrying about not getting enough nutrients from not being consistent with vegetables, I take the greens powder. And it even has things like ashwagandha, which isn't in vegetables, which again helps with stress management. Final thing is eggs. I will make boiled eggs in the morning if I'm going to work in the office. It takes around 10 minutes to put them in the boiler. And then it's a great snack to have during work hours. You may have noticed that there's no coffee. And yes, I stopped taking coffee first thing in the morning. Reason being is I was becoming too dependent on it and it was something I'd wanted to do for a while, as in reduce my intake gradually. Now I'm at a point where my intake is lower than it was before. And also when you take coffee first thing in the morning, it's not actually as effective because your reticular activation system isn't fully activated to be able to use coffee efficiently. Quick interjection, if you're trying to get in shape but you don't know where to start, I've got these 2 free ebooks which can be of use to you. I've got the muscle building ebook, which is for those of you that are maybe skinny and trying to build muscle, or even if you're fat and trying to build muscle too. And I've got a fat loss ebook, which is for those of you that are maybe a bit overweight or maybe just want to tone down a bit, but again, don't know where to start. Links to both will be in the description, and yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Finally, I'll go to my desk. Now, this is obviously only the case if I work from home. If I was to go to the office, I would have left the house by now, as in I leave at 8:30, take me 30 minutes to get the e-bike to work. But if I was to work from home, I'd either do some learning. So at the moment I'm doing courses on Udemy, I do them quite often. Or if I know I'm going to have a very busy day at work, I'll start working at 8:30 instead of 9 o'clock. This has been the case over the last week or so, especially now that I've been doing live management, which isn't easy, let me say. Or sometimes I'll just go on Instagram, as in I'll sometimes need to reply to people or schedule some posts for Instagram or YouTube. And then my alarm will go off at 9 a.m. with signals I have to start working. Hope you enjoyed the video. One thing I want to premise is that I'm not a self-improvement coach. Everything I said in this video is educational and is something you can use, but it's not something I'm telling you to do. It's not something you have to do. My job is to educate you on fitness, as in that's what I set out to do. Anything outside fitness, it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to copy. Feel free to leave a like if you found the video enjoyable and subscribe for more fitness tips.